For a long time, I thought independence was my superpower, and it was, until it became a wall. If you have ever been the strong one, the one who figures it out, the one who carries it all and never asks for help, this episode is gonna crack something open in you. Because I'm pulling back the curtain on the moment I realized I had been holding on so tightly to protect myself that there was no room for love or support to actually land. So let me really talk to you about these walls, okay? And yes, these are the very ones my husband quite lovingly pointed out that I may or may not have fully acknowledged at the time. And I'm sharing what it actually took because, friend, opening your hands when you have been gripping this tightly is a whole journey. And if you've been wondering why the love and support you say you want keeps feeling just out of reach, let's at least crack the door open for someone to take care of you. Hey friend, real quick, if you are not subscribed to the Confident and Empowered Women podcast yet, what are we even doing, okay? We are here every single Tuesday and Thursday, and this is not just a podcast. This is a community of women who are done shrinking, settling, hoping, people-pleasing, performing, and putting herself last. This is where we remember who we actually are and build the life that reflects her. We are becoming together, friend. And if you're not subscribed yet, today is the day. Hey, friend. Welcome back to yet another episode. I'm so glad that you're here. But I got to ask you, okay? Are your hands open or are they clenched? Because you cannot receive when you are holding on too tightly to protect yourself. And so many of us are walking around with our fist clenched so tight around our independence, our armor, or just in case I have to do this alone energy. That when love and support actually show up and try to land, there's nowhere for it to go, okay? I am speaking from experience, friend, okay? Because for a really long time, I grew up watching single women in my life do everything on their own. Single moms, all of them, figuring it out, carrying it, never asking for help because asking for help meant you couldn't handle it. And I absorbed every single bit of that blueprint. And I became the strong one, the capable one, the one who always figured it out. And then I became a single mom myself. And friend, I ran that blueprint so hard. I did it so well that by the time real love actually showed up, and I mean real love, the kind that actually wanted to take care of me, I almost didn't let it in. Not because I didn't want it, but because I didn't know how to receive it. My hands were clenched, my walls were up, and I may or may not have fully acknowledged just how high those walls were at the time, okay? My husband would probably like me to go on the record saying that they were very high. I'm just going to say that for argument's sake, I can see where he was coming from, okay? So let's really get into it, friend, because I want to talk about something that just doesn't get enough airtime in the self-love conversation. And that is the difference between wanting love and support and actually being able to receive it. Because, friend, those are two very different things. I grew up in a house full of strong women, and I mean that in the most loving and admiring way possible. These women were incredible. They showed up every single day for their families. They figured things out that they had no business trying to figure out. And so many times I seen them do it without asking for help, not because they didn't need it, but it was just because they handled it. And I watched all of that and I took notes, okay? I took very detailed notes. And me being the enthusiastic note taker that I am, but I said to myself, that is what a strong woman looks like. That is what love looks like. That is what showing up looks like. You carry it, you handle it. You never let them see you struggle. So when I became a single mom, 2 kids, no backup, nobody to tag in but me, myself, and I didn't even blink. I just activated the blueprint. I was the person who loaded up as many grocery bags as I could carry because I refused to make a second trip. If I could do all of it in one load, that's what was going down. And listen, I am so proud of that woman. She was incredible. She showed up every single day for her babies and she figured it out. But now that I know what I know, she was also slowly teaching herself that needing help was weakness, that receiving was dangerous, that the safest thing she could do was to never let anyone else get close enough to her to disappoint her. And friend, that is not strength. That is armor. And that armor is heavy. The blueprint built the armor, and the armor did its job until it started keeping out the very things she was longing for the most. And here's where it really gets real. So many women are doing this without even realizing it. And when my husband came along, and let me just say, God really outdid himself on this one, okay? Because when he came in, I knew my worth. I had done the work. I had been through enough to know exactly what I would and would not accept. And I was not about to let anybody come up in through here and set me back to zero, okay? So the walls went up, friend. And not just no little cute walls, not the little cute white picket fence type situation. We are talking full fortification, honey. We are talking, he had to earn every brick to move it. And here's the thing. Some of that was completely healthy and necessary. Knowing your worth and protecting your peace, that is self-love, friend. But somewhere between protecting yourself and being guarded, there is a line. And when you cross that line, you are no longer protecting yourself from being hurt. You are protecting yourself from being loved. And my husband recently reminded me, very lovingly, very gentle, with receipts, of course, that those walls were real and big. And I may or may not have initially been like, I don't know what you're talking about, but for argument's sake, let's just agree to disagree and just say that I can see where he's coming from. Because here's what I understand now. When your fists are clenched around your independence and your armor and all of your I can handle this alone energy, there is literally no room for anything else to land. You cannot receive love with closed hands or a closed heart. You cannot receive support with your arms crossed, okay? You cannot receive care when every part of you is braced for disappointment. And so many women are doing this, not just in romantic relationships, but everywhere, with friendships, with family, with opportunities, with God. And if God isn't your jam, feel free to insert your beliefs here. We are saying we want things and then holding on so tightly to the way we have always done things that there's no space for anything new to arrive. So, where are you blocking what you want, friend? Is it in your thoughts, telling yourself it is not coming or that you don't deserve it? Is it in your self-talk saying you're fine when you know you ain't fine? I mean, you fine looking, but you ain't fine. You know what I mean? Is it in your behavior, refusing to ask, refusing to receive, refusing to let anyone close enough to see the real you? Because wherever it is, that is where the clenched fist is. And that is exactly where we are going to open it. Now you know where the walls are and you know what they've been blocking. So let me just share with you what actually happened when I started to open my hands. So my husband, bless him, he said something to me early on that I'll never forget. He said, you don't have to do it all on your own. And friend, I ugly cried in the shower, okay? Because of course, I didn't want anybody to hear me, but it was like that full ugly cry. I'm talking Mariah Carey break down, okay? The kind where your face does things you did not know your face could do. Because I had been doing it on my own for so long that I genuinely forgot that was an option. I forgot that I was allowed to put it down. I forgot that asking for help did not mean I failed. I forgot that receiving was not the same as being weak. And letting someone take care of me, it didn't happen all at once. It was not one big rom-com moment where the walls came down and the angels sang and everything was immediately perfect, okay? It was slow, okay? It was uncomfortable at first. It felt strange to say, I need help with that. It felt vulnerable to say, actually, I'm not okay today. It felt terrifying to just let him. But here's what happened when I started opening my hands, even just a little. And I've said this before, I became more, not less, more creative, more focused, more aligned, more present, more me, because I wasn't spending so much time managing everything alone that I had nothing left to actually live. And the soft girl era, friend, it was not born from weakness. It was born from safety, from finally having a space where I could put down the armor and just be. And from learning that being taken care of does not make me less strong. It made me recognize I was already whole. Because listen, that Erykah Badu bag lady energy, friend, it is real. I mean, you gonna miss your bus dragging all them bags like that. Erykah Badu tried to tell us at some point you have to put some of them down, friend. Not because you cannot carry them, but because you deserve to walk freely. So pack light. Friend, I remember sitting with so much awareness and absolutely nowhere to put it. Like something had cracked open, but I didn't know what to do with what was spilling out. I had all the feelings and none of the clarity. And I kept circling the same questions, wondering why nothing was shifting. And then I started asking more high vibration questions. That is when everything started to move. Not because I had all the answers, but because the right questions helped me to hear the answers I already had inside me. If you are sitting in that place right now, that is not a dead end, friend. That is an invitation to ask yourself more high vibration questions. And this feeling you have right now, this is exactly the right time to use them while something is still cracking open and ready to receive. The main character energy journal prompts, I linked them for you in the show notes. They're going to help you get out of your head and into your heart where your truth resides. And friend, I think you're ready. Okay, friend, here is your self-love two-step for the day. Friend, this is called Let Someone In. Ooh, friend, yes. Listen, you know we love us a good two-step around here because it is simple and it always gets the party started. And don't forget to stick around for the remix, okay? Step 1, find the clenched fist. Where specifically are you blocking love, support, or connection right now? Not in general, but specifically. Is it in your thoughts, your self-talk, your behavior? Is it your walls? Name it, because you cannot open what you have not identified. So get honest with yourself. No shade and no shame. Just where is the fist clenched the tightest right now? And then step 2, open one finger. I am not asking you to tear down all of your walls all the way down right now. Because listen, I'm not asking you to become a completely different person overnight, but I am inviting you to open one finger, one small act of receiving this week. Ask for help with one thing. Accept support when it is offered instead of saying, I'm fine. Let someone do something for you without feeling guilty about it. One finger, that is all, because one finger leads to another. And then before you know it, your hands are open. And friend, open hands receive everything. And now for the remix, because listen, you cannot receive what you are holding on to tightly to protect yourself from it. So loosen the grip, friend, not because you're not strong enough to keep holding on, but because you are strong enough to finally let go. So this is your you step. Get still, get quiet, and ask yourself, what is my heart telling me to do next? Whatever comes up, that is your next right aligned step. Not the whole plan, just the next move. And trust her, friend. She already knows. Now, let me pour into you real quick. And this is where I'm speaking directly to the heart of the woman who has been the strong one for so long. She doesn't even remember what it felt like to not be. The one who handles everything, the one nobody worries about because she always figures it out. The one who says, I'm fine, so automatically, she doesn't even check in if it's true anymore. I see you, friend, and I want you to know the strength that got you here, it is real and it's beautiful and it carried you through things that would have broken so many other people. I'm not asking you to give that up. But friend, strength was never meant to be a solo act. Even the strongest women need someone in their corner. Even the most capable women deserve to be taken care of. Even the woman who always figures it out deserves to have someone figure it out for her sometimes. You are allowed to put it down. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to let someone take care of you, not because you can't handle it alone, but because you don't have to anymore. Open your hands, friend. Everything you've been asking for has been trying to find its way to you. Give it somewhere to land. Friend, yes, I can even feel your hand opening as we speak. Yes, friend. And remember, you are not an extra in somebody else's story. You are the main character of your very own story. So go be her, the one you've been becoming. She's been waiting on you to live out loud. And no matter what comes your way, together we can encourage over everything. friend. I'm cheering for you loud and obnoxiously always, and I will see you in the next episode.